Athens is one of the oldest cities in the world, having been continuously inhabited for at least 5,000 years. Situated in southern Europe, Athens became the leading city of ancient Greece in the first millennium BC, and its cultural achievements during the 5th century BC laid foundations of Western civilization. The first settlement of Athens, 3000 BC, was situated on the rock of Acropolis. The city of Athens is covered in graffiti and artworks. Almost all buildings and even the metros are splashed with colorful graffiti. And why not? The word graffiti comes from a Greek word itself. While they might look funky to the foreign eye, most artworks are forms of protests. The best places to check out the graffiti are Monastiraki, Kerameikos, and the Faliro subway. Main means of transport in Athens is by bus, tram, and the metro. As a tourist, it is highly economical to take a 1-day or a 5-day transport ticket to explore Athens. You can buy these tickets from street shops and metro stations.
They charge €4.50, and with that, you can get an all-day access to bus, metro, tram.
The main city is well connected with the metro lines red, blue, and green. The airport is around 40 kilometers away from the main city, and it can be reached by cab or the airport metro line. The tram services operate near the coastlines in the southern parts of Athens. If you want to visit Athens beaches, you should take the tram. Tramways are well connected with the metro station at various junctions. There are normal buses as well as electric tram buses. However, the bus frequency is not consistent. We are currently near the Aristotle School. It's near the Syntagma Square. The buildings in this area have a particular architectural style. And as you can see from the style, it's quite a posh area to live in. And you can see a procession going on near the park. I think it's some form of protest.
Currently in Monastiraki Flea Market. As you can see, it's a roadside market for cheaping. Basically, this is the local market, so the prices here are local and not touristy. So I would suggest that if you want to buy anything, you should come here and check out all the shops. Some of the shops have varying prices also, so it's better that you check out all the shops before you decide to buy anything.
The Monastiraki Square is one of the most liveliest places in Athens. Anytime you visit the place, and especially in the evenings, you will find people performing on the streets, and I must say that they are very talented.
We just escaped from a robbery. You cannot trust the people in Athens streets. We are currently in Monastiraki. It's a lovely city market, but the thing is that there are thieves roaming around here and there. Some people will try to rob you by putting some band on your hand and then asking for money for that. There are some ladies roaming around with roses. They're gonna give you the rose and say that you look pretty and try to flirt with you, and then they're gonna ask you for money. There are even small children on the streets who are trying to persuade you into the eateries. They will bring the menu close to you and they'll try to steal from your purse. This happened to me just right now. Gladly I escaped from it.
Athens is obviously known for its culture and ancient historical sites. Site hopping can be done both on foot or via the hop-on, hop-off buses, which are quite frequent in Athens.
We're currently heading towards the Acropolis. We're through the Plaka region. As you can see, this is a pretty good marketplace.
You can buy a combined ticket for the sites from Acropolis for 30 euros, which contains passes to most of the ancient sites in Athens. Or you can visit every site separately. Separate charges for the Parthenon is 15 euros, and for other sites it's around 5 to 8 euros. For non-European students, the prices are halved. For European students, it's free. I suggest you to take the combined ticket as it helps you to skip the line in other sites. It can get really crowded in the tourist seasons. The Acropolis of Athens is an ancient citadel located on the rocky outcrops above the city of Athens and contains the remains of several ancient buildings of great architectural and historic significance, the most famous being the Parthenon. In 1987, it was declared as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is the Odeon of Hera. The Odeon of Hera Atticus is a stone theatre structure located on the southwest slope of Acropolis. It has a seating capacity of 5,000 people. The building was completed in 161 AD and then renovated in 1950. While there is evidence that the hill was inhabited as far as back the 4th millennium BC, it was Pericles in the 5th century BC who coordinated the construction of the site's most important present remains, including the Parthenon. The Parthenon is a temple, archaeoastronomically aligned to Hades. Like most Greek temples, the Parthenon served a practical purpose as the city treasury. The Parthenon itself was built in 432 BC to replace an older temple of Athena, which the historians call the pre-Parthenon or older Parthenon, which was destroyed during the Persian invasion in 480 BC. The Parthenon is really worth visiting, and if you are short in time, I would suggest you only to visit the Parthenon in Athens, as the view from the place is just mesmerizing and it is truly worth it. You can easily spend around 2 to 3 hours in the Parthenon or even the whole day. There are a bunch of stuff included in the combined ticket, of which the ones worth visiting are Parthenon, Kerameikos, Hadrian's Library, Temple of Olympian Zeus, and the ancient Agora. The other sites like Aristotle's School just don't have anything to offer and feel like a pile of rocks are stacked upon a barren land. You can cover Parthenon, Olympian Temple, and the stadium by foot as they are situated nearby, while the Hadrian's Library and the ancient Agora is located in Monastiraki. Both of them are visible from the Parthenon. Kerameikos is just one metro stop away from a Monastiraki metro. The Olympian Zeus is a former colossal temple at the center of Greek capital Athens. It was dedicated to Olympian Zeus, a name originating from his position as the head of the Olympian gods. Construction began in the 6th century BC during the rule of Athenian tyrants who envisaged building the greatest temple in Athens' ancient world, but it was not completed until the reign of Roman Emperor Hadrian in the 2nd century AD, some 638 years after the project had begun. The temple's glory was short-lived as it fell into the disuse after being pillaged during a barbarian invasion in 267 AD, just about a century after its completion. The ancient Agora of Athens today is an archaeological site located beneath the northwest slope of the Acropolis. The word Agora applies to an assembly of people and by extent marks the gathering place. In modern Greek, the term means marketplace. Just about every ancient and modern city includes a place for an agora, and the Agora of Athens, being located at the heart of the city, remained in use either as an assembly, as a commercial, or a residential area for about 5,000 years. Consequently, the area has undergone countless building destruction and rebuilding cycles. The Agora was destroyed in 267 AD during the invasion. However, the museum was built in 1950 as a direct replica of the original Agora. It contains excavated ruins and artifacts of the area.
Perfect.
Next up on the list is the stadium. Its entry ticket is not included in the combined ticket. However, there is not much to see from inside, and you can get a perfect view of the stadium by going up through an alleyway beside the stadium and sneaking up from behind the stadium. Located near Pagrati, the Panathenaic Stadium was built on the site of a simple racecourse by an Athenian statesman, primarily for the Panathenaic Games. The stadium was excavated in 1869 and hosted the Zappos Olympics in 1870 and 1875. After being refurbished, it hosted the opening and closing ceremonies of the first modern Olympic Games in 1896 and was the venue for 4 of the 9 contested sports. Next up on the list, Kerameikos can be reached via the metro on the Blue Line. Kerameikos is estimated to date back to 478 BC. The Kerameikos archaeological ruins is located around 800 meters from the Kerameikos metro station in the Blue Line. The early Kerameikos excavations at the end of 19th century uncovered a marble monument in front of the sacred gate. Deities worshipped here cannot be identified yet, but the cult must have been very important for the Athenians because they continued using the altar for at least 650 years. In 2004, the altar was put back to its original 5th century base.